Yoksomina, welcome back to the channel. Chainsaw Man is getting its anime production, and something really amazing occurred to me regarding this production. So let's get into it, because we really need to talk about this. Wie gezegd. A lot has been said about Chainsaw Man's manga and anime adaptation. A lot of trailer reactions are out as well. But as I was looking at the trailer, something truly amazing occurred to me, and we really need to talk about it, because this could be a big game changer for the whole anime industry. Now let's have a look together what's crazy about this anime production. Now, in order to explain this, we're gonna dive into a bit of the production process, and we're gonna focus on Mappa specifically, because Mappa is the animation studio that is making this anime. Okay. Now, when in Japan a new anime is going to get produced, is going to get made, usually random anime, you have various stakeholders. Now, the stakeholders, who can they be, or who are they usually? Well, the TV station that is going to air the anime, Fujiterebi, TV Tokyo, and so on. The manga publisher, of course, usually that's Shueisha. The animation company that is making the anime, in this case Mappa. The mangaka, him or herself, the company that is distributing the anime, like Toei Animation and so on. So you have all these stakeholders, and there can be many more as well. And they get together and they pool their resources together. So they make like a kind of joint venture. They put all their money together, and then they create what is called Seisaku Iinkai. Seisaku Iinkai means policy committee, so that's actually the joint venture, to translate it in more Western or American terms. So all the money gets poured into that, and then from there they make the decisions and they start actually producing the anime. Now, what happens is, as the anime earns money, as there's a return by sales, by advertisement and whatnot, that money gets poured back into that Seisaku Iinkai and redistributed to all the stakeholders, all the parties that originally poured money into it. And they get a share equal to the amount of money they put in. So for example, usually an animation studio, a studio that is making an anime, like Mappa, will average about 10%. They will bear 10% of the cost, so they will put 10% of the necessary money forward, but they also then get only 10%, or they get 10% of the returns poured back into them. So that's usually how it works. I believe for Hollywood studios, it's a bit similar, the system. You have various stakeholders, they gather together, they put the money in one big pot, so to speak, and then each get a return he or she is due. Now, this is a normal situation. And I'm now going to take another example from Mappa, namely, here we see the staff credits for the original trailer that came out for Shingeki no Kyojin, Attack on Titan, the final season. And you see all the credits with who made what, the producer and so on. The animation studio, Mappa, as you can see clearly. But what's really interesting here is the bottom part. Now, if we zoom in on that, yeah, here we can see Shingeki no Kyojin, the final season, Seisaku Iinkai. So the copyright is held by mostly the mangaka, of course, and the company where he that publishes his manga, and that policy committee, the policy committee for Shingeki no Kyojin, the final season. And that represents all those stakeholders that pour their money into the project. Okay? That's the normal way things are done in Japan. Now let's have a look at Chainsaw Man, and this is what's crazy about this production, and what really caught my attention at the end of the trailer after having viewed it a couple of times. Now, if we have a look for Chainsaw Man, this is what we see at the end of the trailer. We see the copyright again, but we don't see any policy committee. We don't see Seisaku Iinkai. We don't see that. What do we see? Fujimoto Tatsuki, the manga author, Shueisha, the company that publishes his manga, and they are put together, right? With the slash, they are put together because they form one whole. Usually the mangaka and the publisher of the manga form one whole. And then after that, we just see mappa, which means from here we can infer that mappa poured a much larger amount of money into this project. They didn't work with a policy committee, they didn't work with a joint venture. Mappa put forward all the cash to produce this anime. And that's insane. So if we look at this situation now, you have indeed Fujimoto Tatsuki, Shueisha, and Mappa. Only 3 people, only 3 stakeholders put forward the money, which means that Mappa will bear a much larger brunt of the cost, and they really have tied, I believe, the future of their company to this anime. And I find this a big game changer in the anime industry, because that means an anime studio is willing to take a huge risk, and they're taking a huge risk here, financially speaking, because they believe in the project, in my opinion. I think there are 2 reasons why they are willing to put back that, or pour in that much money and back it with so much conviction. The first reason, in my opinion, is, well, they believe in their ability, they believe in their the quality of their project, so they put forward the money. And I have to say, in the last 10 years, Mappa has really grown into a behemoth, into a really a studio that stands for quality, that stands for great animation, fantastic work they produce. They believe in it themselves, and they put forward the money. They put the money where their mouth is. So that's one thing, they believe in the project. And I think a second reason is, I couldn't find any definite answer to this question, because of course that's internal. They're not going to share those numbers. But I believe Mappa is convinced that there's going to be a nice return from this anime. And they want a bigger cut of the pie. But if you want a bigger cut of the pie, you have to first put in a bigger amount of the production money. And that's what's happening, in my opinion, here. I think it's a combination of 2 things. A strong belief in their product, that's 1. And 2, they want a bigger piece of the pie because, in my opinion, they deserve it. But it's also a huge risk they're taking. It's a financial risk. If this fails, I believe it could potentially tank Mappa. As such, I believe, as an anime fan, if you like this story, if you like this anime, it will be incredibly important for us to support the studio, to support Mappa, to actually rent or buy the anime so that they can get the returns that they need. And if this is successful, I believe this can open the door for other studios as well, who are successful, who do produce beautiful products and projects, to get more ownership of their TV shows or of their anime shows they produce. And I think that could be an interesting development in the anime industry, because that way TV stations and so on will have less of a hold on them. They will be less tied to certain schedules, in my opinion, and it will give them breathing room to produce even better content, even more beautiful animation, because they won't be tied to the serialized way of producing anime. So it's very exciting to see how this is turning out, how the production will go forward, and I'm really looking forward to seeing if this will pan out. If this will be a success, then this could open the door to a lot of possibilities in the future for the anime industry. And I thought this is something that is not so much known in the West. I really found it worthwhile to talk about this. And I really hope they are successful. I really do, because this could be a big game changer going forward. So I hope you enjoyed this little bit of information. If you did, please hit the like, subscribe, turn on notification bell, share the video out, share it out to other anime fans so people can know what's going on behind the scenes. And I will be very happy to see you in the next one. Take care. Jane. Bye. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, tap the notification bell and sound off in the comments. And hey, while you're here, why not check out another video?